Hello everyone, welcome back to the Cracked Lemonade channel. My name is Dane. I am the creator of this channel, and I am back after a little bit of a hiatus, soul searching, all that type of stuff, the usual. And I decided to continue where I left off. One of the last gameplay videos that I made, Def Jam Fight for New York. I'm not sure if it was the last or one of the last. I'm not actually sure which order my gameplay videos came in, but they have sequels. And what better way to show that I got a new recording device that is capable of recording Xbox 360 games than recording an Xbox 360 game. So here we are with Def Jam Icon. And I'm sorry I just smacked my teeth, but like that was actually just a natural response of saying the name of this game. Unfortunately, I didn't play this game when it came out, and I didn't buy this game because every time I tried to buy this game, people would talk me out of buying this game. And these are people working at stores selling these video games, so again, they have things to gain from me purchasing this game, but nobody would want to sell me this game, especially at a GameStop I frequented, around 2007 to 2009ish. They just would not let me get this game, even though how curious I was. And years later, now that my cousin, shout out to my cousin Baron, got this game and gave it to me with a bunch of 360 games, I have it, I played it, and I hate it. So let's get into some of this. And this isn't necessarily a review. The whole thing that I just really want to do is go through my library of games, play games that I haven't gotten a chance to play, or play games that I enjoy, give my opinions of them, but not rate it for you, because this is just my opinion. And as much as I enjoy or maybe don't enjoy these games, you could pick this up and have a completely different experience from the one I had. And there are going to be some games that I play on this channel that I will not like, that other people will like. The closest example of that is Legends of Wrestling 2. I love the game, but I also fondly remember the characters of the first game better. And really, wish they had some of those characters in the second game. Not necessarily saying that the second game was any more inferior than the first game. But I digress. Let's get into this game now that we actually started a fight. And the first problem that I want to bring up with Def Jam Icon is the same problem that a lot of games, at the launch of the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, just felt the need that they had to do. And that is get rid of the heads-up display. Now, For certain games, it works. For certain games, it does give a sense of realism. But since, these fights in this Def Jam world have not a single modicum of realism, because you cannot control how buildings move by spinning your hands like you're using a turntable. And also, any nightclub with this amount of falling lights would not be in business. So, yeah, what realism? Alright, if you're gonna go with exaggerated, go full exaggerated. Make it feel like a video game. If you're gonna go with realism, stick with realism. Like, don't go in between. Now, one thing I forgot to mention when I was opening this video is the first time playing this game 10 years later. I'm not sure if this came out in 06 or 07. So 10-ish years later, maybe 9, I don't know. But I didn't understand any of the menu selection items. And they're not similar to the previous Def Jam games, which, really had like straightforward, I guess, arcade style options, and very wrestling-esque, like fatal 4-ways and things like that, inferno matches, to this kind of, like, I guess, build a label. I didn't understand what face was, and I cut this out of the video. But like, when I first turned it on, I went to the face selection and I made a character because I thought that was story mode, and it just led me back to the main menu. So then I went to build a label and built basically the same character and started story mode. So the one thing I couldn't figure out was using the turntables. I also couldn't figure out grapples. And I'm not sure if the game is anything like Def Jam Fight for New York or Def Jam Vendetta for that matter. And I don't know if you have a finishing move. I didn't really try too hard to figure out these mechanics while playing the game. I pull off a turntable track change thing, but yeah, I only pulled it off I think once because I don't know, it feels slow. And yeah, I won fights in this just by, spamming like the kick and punch buttons. It's odd that they went with like a 4-button attack system and added all these extra like controls, because honestly, it makes it a different game. The fact of the matter is that I'm playing Def Jam Icon, and in this story mode that I'm showing you, have you seen one, take that back, I think that was Sticky Fingers, but have you seen any other hip-hop artists in this game so far? It's weird. I'm building a label, and even in the missions where you gotta like save a rapper, you're fighting some random person to get them to join you, to join your label, and then there's like this whole money management system. And honestly, not to just like run this game into the ground, but if they rebranded it as something else, you could put the Def Jam name in it. But, how about instead of Def Jam Icon, you put Def Jam Presents Music Icon. Put music in front of it and differentiate it from the previous games in the series. Because this is just like a black mark on EA Big's Def Jam series. And this was made by EA Studios. At this point in time, EA Big was disbanded, and a lot of the games that came from EA that originally had like the over the top cartoony vibe to it, they became, I guess, quote unquote realistic. Like, I don't necessarily get how somebody can stomp the ground and 10 feet away from them make somebody fall. It's weird. This is weird. What is I don't get these levels at all. I don't get why they move. I don't understand this whole aspect of like being a DJ. Like, I don't get why the pyro constantly goes off. I don't get why this camera crane is just like out of control and on fire. Somebody explain this to me. Like, I just really wish that somebody from EA who worked on this game just like publicly came out and was like, you know what? I'm sorry for making this game. I'm sorry that I made you play through this. And I'm sorry that so many people who enjoyed a franchise, who spent their hard-earned money on this franchise, decide, get this game, and it's nothing like the previous titles. It's almost like a joke. It's almost like, EA was at a point where they're just like, yo, we could just put the name on it, and people will still buy it, Hey. But, it's just, I don't know. I'm done being irritated and rant. So, basically, it's been a while since, back to business. It's been a while since I made a gameplay video, and I think part of that was that I was trying to not become I don't know. I don't think I wanted my channel to do this, but at the same time, I couldn't fight the natural progression of this. I collect video games. I collect retro games, and I have fun doing it. So, as a way to incentivize me to play video games, I want to bring this channel back. Because I know it, even if I do a game once a week, I probably still wouldn't get through, like halfway through, my backlog of games that I acquired on various systems in the next year. So, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this project going until the end of the year, but at least get the things that I recorded and get use of this new capture device as much as I can. Make the purchase worth it. I will say that I think that there needs to be a theme song or an opening, and that will happen. I don't know when, but it will. So, let's be optimistic and all that. There's gonna be some flavor added to this. I really just wanted to get back into the flow of things and play this crappy game and tell you how much I think it's crappy. Just verbally just assault this game, because what? EA, please explain it to me. Please explain it to me. How did you ruin this? Like, this guy just blew himself back from doing the DJ thing. How did you mess up your game? And you slowed the fighting to a crawl when the first two games were so fast paced that you could end a fight in under 4 minutes. In under 2 minutes in certain cases, like with certain characters, like they're the real heavy hitters, the ones that you could like punch people and knock them out. But yet this game drags on, and I'm only showing you 3 fights from the story mode, and I don't actually know what happened to the cutscene that happened before this match. I realized that it's kind of weird that one fight ended and another just began. But also this like color filter change when like you or your opponent lose health. It's dumb. It's confusing. I don't know what else to say. This game sucks. My name is Dane. Welcome back to the Crack Lemonade channel. And I'll talk to you next time. Enjoy the rest of this stupid fight.